Okay, so now that I've washed it out, it looks like it took some of my purple with it, which I already, y'all can't see. Let's close this door here so I can have a more whiter background. Okay, so you can't really see, but I don't know. It doesn't feel like it would normally feel when I do it. When I do my hair with the Alpha G, it's like right when I put the conditioner, the balancing conditioner in, previously I could feel, you know, I can feel right when it hits my hair starts becoming soft and things like that. But this time it just feels like I washed my hair and it just feels kind of regular. Doesn't really feel like I mean, it feel, I don't know. I'll see once it dries, but I'm going to wash it with this Camille Rose. Let me show y'all. With this Camille Rose Caramel Co-Wash conditioning, cleansing conditioner. I'm just gonna use this on my scalp. So I'm gonna part my hair. I'm gonna put my hair in some twists. First, you detangle, put my hair in some twists, and then when I take a shower, I'm gonna just co-wash my scalp. Okay, so let's get into this bishop. I didn't know he was a bishop when I met him, but so this person I met, I just came back from Mississippi. I was a little sick. I met him at the mall. I was going to go to Sephora. I just got off the road. Like the day before, I had just got off the road. I really didn't have a real good sleep, because I was, you know, thinking about going to the Sephora and getting this stuff that I wanted, which was the Fenty makeup and the Bum Bum Cream kit and the perfume I got. So on my way to, I don't know what mall it is, but it's the mall that's close to Park Lane, where, you know, Whole Foods is at and where Torrid is at, because that's where I went to right after the mall. I went to Torrid, and then it was like 2 minutes away. So I'm not sure exactly where that mall is. Maybe it's called Park Lane Mall. I'm not sure, but that's where I was at. So I go to the mall. I ask for directions to how do I get to Sephora, because I'm not, you know, I'm not from here. The lady told me, oh, Sephora is by the food court. Now in Houston, most of our food courts are on the first level, except for the one in Deerbrook where it's on the second level. But most of our food court, you know, like I said, is on the first level. So I'm thinking, oh, it's around here. I just go walk around and see. No, it's not on the first level. It's on the second level. And I had to come around, go upstairs. So I get on the Escalade. I felt like somebody was watching me or following me or something like that. So when I feel like someone is following me, I stop, like in my tracks, and act like I'm looking for something, like I'm lost or anything like that. So I'm going up the Escalade, and the person I feel following me or watching me or looking at me, like you can tell when someone's just looking at you, or you know, something. wasn't the person who actually started talking to me. So the person I seen that was following me was a dude. He had on like a salmon colored shirt, and he was light skinned and brown skinned. And when I seen him from like, I was going up the escalator, and when I looked back like I'm doing now, I kind of did the side thing. I felt him following me up the escalator. Again, I stopped. When I got to the top, acting like I was looking lost, he walks right past me. So now I'm walking behind him. When I walk behind him, he dips off into this other store. As he's dipping off into the other store, like I did that side, the side look, he did that. We caught eyes. And he walked into the store. So right when he did that, here come this dude on my hip saying, okay, so I look at him going this way. Here comes the dude right here. Hey, how you doing? I'm doing fine. How are you? Now, this person here, if y'all watch basketball, y'all know about the Golden State Warriors. There's a player on this team. His name is Draymond Green. Now, I swore that was Draymond Green that walked up. They just walked up next to me. Well, and you know, a generic brand, Draymond Green. And I was like, I don't like Draymond Green. I just don't like his personality on the basketball court. So when I seen him, I immediately, my mind was like, hell no, we won't go. So when I seen him, I was like, wasn't my cup of tea. He had on this like Chinese inspired shirt. Like it was purple and gold or something like that. He looked like he was a church man. Like he had on slacks and had on like some fancy looking shoes. You know, the ones that click clack and stuff when you walk. So he had that on, so he looked like he was a church man. Like he was somebody from the church. So he's like, how you doing? I'm doing good. Where you getting to? I'm going to the Sephora right up here. Oh, okay, I'll walk with you. Okay. I'm just, okay. I'm tired. I'm giving you a little background. I'm tired. I just got off the road yesterday. You know, I'm not really trying to, you know, I'm just trying to get in and get out. I thought the Sephora was gonna be close. I didn't have on, you know, like appropriate mall attire. I had on black muscle shirt, like a black, you know, my red leggings and my chucks. So I was thinking Sephora was gonna be close to there so I could just get in and get out, but I didn't think I was gonna be amongst a lot of people. You know, I'm passing a food court and all this stuff, and it was busy. So anyways, we walk into the Sephora. He's talking to me as we walk into the Sephora. He's talking, and he just talks. We get to Sephora. The lady asked me, have I been here? No. Another kind of red flag for me is you can't complain about wearing a mask when we have to wear a mask. Okay, so the lady's like, well, you have to wear your mask before you get in here, and this and this and this. He's like, oh, I gotta wear my mask in here and all this stuff like that. I'm like, well, you don't have to come in. You can go sit down on the bench or something, or go away. Any one of those things you can do. I guess I'm just not mean enough. I don't know. I don't know. That's what I was saying in my head. I didn't say that out loud. I was saying it in my head. Like, you know, you don't have to come. You can go somewhere else. He's like, well, you know, if it's policy, I'll put it on. He came in, sat down, watched me shop, pay. We come back out. And then he's like, you know, I want to get to know you some more. Let's go sit at this food court, get something to eat. I buy you something, you know, are you hungry? I was like, no. He's like, okay, well, I'm a little hungry. I'm going to go, you know, I'm going to get me something. So we go to the food court. I like how their food court is set up. They put like plastic paper, not plastic paper down, but they put like paper wrapping down, and you know, so that you don't have to touch the table. It's just nice how everything was placed and how people were seated. So he goes and gets his sushi and comes back and sits down and continues to talk and stuff like that. And so I say, you know, because how he came at me, he was saying, you know, he seen a beautiful person walk past him and he just wanted to stop and talk to me and all that stuff. Since, you know, I was like, beautiful. I took my mask off since I told him, you know, since you don't know how I look, I'm gonna show you my face, my full face. Because you gonna say you seen a beautiful person walk past you. I'm thinking, you didn't even see my face, so how you know how beautiful I am, or you know how beautiful I look? Now I say, what you was looking at was everything else, titties, ass, all that good stuff. So I showed him my face. He was like, all right. And then he just talks. He was talking the whole time, but he was talking some stuff that it felt like I needed to hear at that time. Like the Lord brought him just at the right time for me to hear certain things that he was saying. Because he was saying stuff about, you know, meeting people, or, you know, giving people a chance that you wouldn't necessarily give a chance to, and things like that. And, you know, he was talking about the church and how he plays like an instrument, or he the music director or something to do with music in the church, and he's been doing this for, you know, for a long time. And, you know, he was thinking about becoming like a pastor or something like that, and he didn't know, you know, where he could get a nice congregation, or, you know, where would be a good place for him to go. And, you know, he had a house in Oklahoma, and he didn't know if he wanted to go there or stay here in Texas, you know. So he was just talking. So after a while, it's like, I don't feel like sitting here anymore talking. How about, you know, I'll give you my number. We can continue talking over the phone or something like that. And I want to go home because, you know, I've been on the road. I just came back from Mississippi, yada yada. And, you know, so we're walking and he's steady talking and stuff like that. And then we get to the garage and he's talking about hanging out and going, you know, to a karaoke bar or something like that, because the, you know, the vibes that we're having, y'all can't see me, the vibes that we're having was too good to just, you know, continue to talk on the phone, you know, or to talk on the phone, you know, because, you know, we're just having such a good time communicating and stuff like that. And I'm like, you know, no, I don't really feel like going to karaoke. You know, I just feel like going home and resting, and, you know, I'm thinking about going home and smoking and all that stuff like that. Like, I'm just, you know, not in for it. And then he does this whole, you know, you have a good man in front of you, and how you just gonna let this good man leave, and, you know, relationship, and, you know, we can be in this ultimate relationship type thing, and I can't believe you can't feel these vibes that are bump that are, you know, coming off of this union type thing. And I'm like, I say, to be honest, I don't feel anything. Like, I don't feel nothing, like no vibes. I don't feel a yay or nay about you. Like, I don't have any feelings towards you. So had this flew right in my mouth. So, you know what I'm saying, I don't feel anything about you, like whatever. And he's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you don't see this good man standing. He's, the whole time he's talking so loud, like his arms are always moving. And, you know, even when we was at the food court, that's another reason why I want to leave. He just talking like he needs everybody to hear him talk about stuff. And so, you know, I was like, no, you know, maybe next time, maybe when I get to know you some more, whatever, I could, you know, we can hang out or something. He's like, all right, all right, you letting this good man just walk away from you. I was like, okay, well, you have a good day. Okay, well, you have a good day. And then I proceed to go to Torrid, and that's where I met a couple of my subscribees. And then I go home. So in the middle of me getting home, I go to my mailbox. He calls. You know, I just wanted to say I didn't want to end like that. You know, I think the Lord put me here, put us here at this time for a reason. And you know, I just want to tell you what I am, since you know I wasn't able to express some, I don't know, whatever. I'm a pastor, or no, I'm a bishop. You know, I work with, or I've been around such and such and such and such. So he sends me a link to his YouTube page that shows like what is like a commercial, or you know, just how, you know, you ask somebody to just shout out your page for me, just shout out my page, and you know, he has his phone or something like that, and you know, just shout out my page. This is the feeling. So he has TD Jakes, Donnie McClurkin, and Yolanda Adams that kind of just says, hey, go to so and so and so and so, he's doing, you know, his thing or whatever. I don't know, just, you know, something. So he sends me that link, and I was like, oh, that's cool. You know, that's good that's, you know, something, the people that you aspire to be like or whatever. You know, so that's cool. And I was thinking to myself, well, you know, well, I was thinking to myself, I told him, I said, well, you know, maybe it was a reason why we are not going to be anything, because this is what I do, you know, on the back end of, you know, the other stuff I do. And he's like, oh, that's what you do, this and this, and you know, and I was hoping that what I told him would, you know, kind of be like, okay, well, you know, maybe it's right, maybe we shouldn't be, you know, whatever. Oh no, that intrigued him to say, you know, what I did just to ask the Lord. I told the Lord I told the Lord that I'm having such a hard time finding my first lady, that maybe I just need to find me a freak and turn her into my first lady, because you know, I don't want to be in no scandal with, you know, the pastor going to Shaniqua and Keisha, and you know, he's saying all these type of names, ghetto-esque names, you know, talk about me sleeping with them and all this stuff like that, because you know, I'd rather you know, have a freak than a first lady, or you know, because I need a woman who is good at oral sex, is pretty much all he was talking about after that. So, you know, I need a woman that's good like that, and you know, I want you know, just pretty much he'd rather have a freak and turn her into a first lady. So after I found out that he was a bishop, or he's in the church and stuff like that, I was like, oh well, for sure ain't nothing happening. Like, I'm not even thinking none of that stuff. I'm not trying to be nobody's first lady. I'm not even, that's not even, no. So, you know, again, he's talking to me, or what he's talking, it seems like it's things I'm supposed to hear at that time. Like, he's saying things that, you know, I need to hear at that time. Like, just stuff about life, about people, and, you know, things like that. So, I agree for him to come by. We can play dominoes. He knows how to play dominoes. I did get whooped again. Listen here, I thought I was a good domino player, but there's a lot more better domino players out here than whatever. This day it was kind of rainy. It rained off and on, and you know, like I said, I really wasn't trying to go to no karaoke. I really wasn't trying to do much of anything, because I'm tired. I don't want to smoke. I just want to chill. And so he's like, that's cool. You know, we can you know, play some dominoes, watch the game, and all that stuff like that. So I agreed for him to come by. Again, this is a bishop. I'm not thinking, you know, the man of the Lord, and he's still a man, but I'm thinking, you know, if he tries anything, that's just, you know, not gonna happen. And he's more for his reputation than anything. You know, he doesn't want, you know, I feel that if anything like that goes out, if he's trying to become a TD Jakes or Donnie McClurkin or whoever, he's not gonna want to have that if he's already talking about, you know, having scandals or something, whatever. So that's my mind. I'm thinking, you know, he comes over, we play dominoes, we watch the game a bit. In between that, he's, you know, we watching the game. After playing dominoes, he wants to like kneel in front of me and like, you know, give me a hug and all that stuff. I'm kind of sitting, not with my hands folded, but my legs are crossed. My hands are kind of, I don't know if I'm sitting like this or something, but it's more of that you ain't entering none of this over here. We're just chilling and hanging out. So, you know, it looks as if every time he comes and sits in front of me or kneels in front of me, it's like I'm supposed to open my legs up so he can come in closer, but I don't. I just have my legs the same way. They're crossed like this. And then when he comes, I just pull them in this way so that, you know, my legs aren't, I'm not going to open my legs up so you can, you know, that don't make no sense. So, so he does that a couple of times. He sits and, you know, he's sitting next to me, still talking about this relationship type stuff and this good man and, you know, the same church stuff and finding a freak that's good at oral sex and all this. And, you know, he's just talking this the whole time. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm ready for him to leave now. Like, I'm ready to smoke and, you know, just, we're done hanging out. I don't want to go to karaoke. I'm just done. So I say, you know, I was mentioning about smoking, and he said something about, oh, you can smoke. Like, I can go outside or you can go outside. I'm like, first off, I smoke in my house, so I ain't going nowhere. And secondly, even if you go outside and come back in, there's still gonna be smoke in the air. So, you know, that was another thing. Like, he didn't want to leave. So I let another maybe 30 minutes go by because this time Golden State is playing and Golden State is his team, and we watched a little bit of that. Then when it goes to halftime, it's 10 o'clock now. It's like, okay, now you really about to leave because I really need to smoke and you're getting on my nerves because all you doing is talking. Like I said, the first couple of times, I think the first, you know, some of the stuff he was saying was things I needed to hear. So I was listening to that. But all that other stuff he was talking about, I didn't care too much for it. But okay, y'all, my camera keeps overheating, so I'm just use my phone. So, okay, so like I was saying, he didn't want to leave. It was starting to get 10 o'clock. It's getting late now, and you know, I'm ready to smoke. I'm ready to, you know, relax and unwind. You know, I couldn't really do it when I got back from the mall because right when I got home, that's when he called and whatever. So now I'm walking him to the door. He's trying to give me these sad looks, like he's looking at me like that. I'm not looking at him, but I can see him on my peripheral trying to give me, you know, the Martin Lawrence looks, like he all sad and shit like that. And I'm like, okay, let's go. He's putting on his shoes. He walks to the door, and then he stops. Here we go. I can't believe you letting this good man walk out your door and all this stuff like that. And, you know, I'm sure you've had sex with many dudes one day, next day, you know, back to back, you know, because in the business that you've been in, I'm sure you slept with so many, you know, so many dudes, or, you know, you slept with dudes like back to back or day here and day there. I'm thinking, what? Like, where did this come from? So that just, you know, let me know that he was all about sex, because he was like, it didn't matter, because I was saying how late it was, and he was like, it don't matter how late it is, if it's 10, 12, 1, 2, and even if I stayed overnight, if we vibing this good, you know, I wouldn't be trying to get rid of it and all that stuff like that. I'm thinking, listen here, man, I'm trying to smoke. I'm not trying to do this. Like, just go. Like, we've had a good time here. You're ruining it by saying the shit that you're saying, talking about how I've had sex with all these other people, because, you know, because he gonna say, because I've had sex with a woman one day and had sex with another woman one day, or I've had sex with a woman in the daytime and, you know, at night I had sex with another woman. I'm like, I don't give a shit. What does that got to do with me? Like, what does that got to do with me? So he opens the door and he's about to walk out. And then he comes back and says, you know, I don't want us to end like this. You know, I don't want any bad feelings. I'm like, I'm good. I just, you know, I want to smoke and I want you to leave. I just, you know, want you to go. Oh, give me a hug and, you know, and all that. I'm like, I'm good. You can just go and, you know, all that stuff. So as he's going to walk down the stairs, he's still giving me those sad looks and shaking his head and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, well, you drive safe out there, because it was, you know, raining. You know, you drive safe out there. Now, mind y'all, I didn't tell y'all this, but when I met him, he had one of those fake beards and line up or whatever. Like, the beard stuff he had on his face was rubbing off on his mask. I was wondering why his mask was so black when he took it off. And, you know, when I looked at him closely, you know, he had a beard, but he put that, whatever that stuff barbers use to make it look fuller, that's what he had on his face. And on the top of his head was the same thing. Like, he had maybe about this much hair, and then it was some little curly dupes, like he, you know, put some gel to make it look curly. And I'm like, that ain't even a turn on. Like, who you thought when you was fooling with that? Like, you can see, like, when you get close up, you can see the line of where, you know, his beard don't start at, but you can see where his beard started. So if your beard starts somewhere right here, why is the line way up here somewhere? Like, anyways, like I say, I don't discriminate. If that's something I will talk, if we got closer or, you know, whatever, I will talk to you about that and be like, hey, you don't have to do all that stuff. Like, who are you fooling? You pretty much, you know, you look relatively young. You only, I think he was like 39 or something like that. Why did you need to, whatever. So he leaves. I thought it was over. I thought I'm never going to talk to him again. Fine, whatever. So maybe it's like April the 6th and 7th. I remember those days because something I did that day made me remember those 2 days. He called on the 6th, I didn't answer. He called on the 7th, I didn't answer. So again, I thought, good. He ain't gotta call me no more or whatever. But then I thought, because right after he called me, and on the 7th, I didn't answer. I ran into some dude at Whole Foods who was a pastor or a preacher or something. He was a white dude who was, you know, telling me about some stuff. I was thinking maybe that's what the Lord was trying to tell me those other 2 days, and I just didn't. And then I ran into somebody who was telling me some stuff. So, you know, I was like, oh, well, maybe I was supposed to have, you know, answer my call, whatever. So, then a few weeks later, He contacted me on the 20th because that's when I was going to go get my hair cut. I know that for, I know that date. So he contacted me and was like, hey, I was just thinking about you and, just seeing how you doing and that that you still my girl. I'm still your, we still cool and all that stuff like that. I'm still your guy and all this and that and the third. And I was like, okay, that's cool. We cool. Everything's cool. And then, so he's like, I want to hang out with you. Why? Why do you want to hang out with me for? I want to hang out with you and do some stuff, whatever. I was like, well, I'm about to go get my hair cut. I'm not about to hang out no time soon. We can go to a daiquiri bar. That's what he's saying. Going to a daiquiri bar or, bring your dominoes. We can go play dominoes at the park or something like that. And I'm like, no, I really don't want to. Like, I'm cool. Like, he's like, but I really want to hang out with you and all this stuff. Let's, well, maybe I can meet you at your barber. I can pay for you to get your hair cut. No, I'm good. I don't like for people to pay stuff for me because it always seems like they're going to want something at the end. Like, you remember I paid for you to get your hair cut? No, I'm good. It's only $25. I think I can handle that. So, he's like, well, I really want to hang out with you. Send me the address to your barber and I'll meet you there and whatever. And just for him to shut up about asking, I said, okay, I will. So then we still talking, but we're talking about basketball now, When she started talking about basketball to me, we about to run it. So we was talking about basketball and, was the playoffs and all this good stuff and stuff like that and things like that. So now I'm like, I'm about to be late if I don't stop talking and get my clothes on and, So now I'm like, okay, well, I'll talk to you later. I need to get my clothes on and get up out of here. He's like, all right, well, don't forget to send me that address. I was like, okay. Not, nigga. Like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that, but no, I wasn't gonna send him my address. Send him the address, cause no. So I get my clothes on, go. He calls me. I haven't even left my house. He calls. And I didn't answer. I just get in my car and go. Go get my hair cut. On my way home. Get home. I feel kind of bad because, maybe, I don't know. I just felt bad. So I was like, okay, well, I'll just text him and be like, maybe we can hang out another time or something like that. And then whatever. So he calls me. I say, you get my text? He's like, yeah, that's why I called you. And then he goes, so what you doing in an hour? I'm not doing nothing in an hour. I'm about to chill, watch the game, and, eat. Well, you do that always. You already do that. You don't want to go to this daiquiri bar and nothing like that? I'm like, no, I'm good. Like, I'm good. Like, I don't feel like going anywhere and not going anywhere with you. I just don't feel like it. And so, oh Lord, here he goes. Like, I ain't been around so many dramatic shit in my life. Oh, how would you feel if, somebody said that they was going to do something and they didn't do it? You said you was going to send me that address and you didn't send me that address for me to come and meet you and yada, 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 yada. Because, that last time, you let me leave your house and all this. I'm like, oh my God, I can't do this. I can't do this. Like I said that I can't do this. Like, I'm not going to be sitting here listening to you. I can't. And, I just can't do it. So I just said, he was like, so what you saying? I was like, I sent you a text and asked if you could hang out. So can you hang out during the weekend or not? He got mad at me, and what he was saying, he tried to say it all at once and then hang up in my face. But I got a word in before he could hang up. So he said, you gonna be cursed. I said, no, I'm not, you fat hoe, and hung up in my face. I was like, is that coming from the bishop? I don't be cursed, you fat hoe? Okay. Yeah. That was the bishop. Thank the Lord. Craziness. All because I did not want to hang out with you in no type of way. Like, you came over my house, we hung out. That was good enough for me to know that but nothing gonna happen after that. Like, we just hope you find what you're looking for. You know, nice meeting you, and all that good stuff. That's what I say. So what more was I supposed to do? I was as nice as could be. Yeah.